Hello vlog. Y'all are a little low. Let me bring you up so you can see me. I guess it's like I forgot how to vlog since I don't be doing this no more. Really, it's hot, but welcome back to another video. I am Alexia Nicole. I'm living my life by design. This is gonna be another chit chat. Get ready with me to go to work. I haven't done one of these in about maybe almost a month, maybe a little longer than that actually. But it is April 4th and I am getting ready for I'm really gonna call it like a 2.5 day trip, but a 3-day trip starting tomorrow morning. So before I forget, I know when I announced that I was going back to flying and I was going to be at this airline that I'm at, a lot of people requested for me to do a comparison video, or basically a comparison video, and I said I would do it once I got to my 6 month, got off probation, and really could truly give you all a fair thoughts and ideas type of style video. So that 6 month will be coming up. Y'all like 6 months, just the time really be flying. 6 months will be mid-May, May 19th, I believe is when I get off of probation. So I'm just gonna ask y'all now in this video to go ahead and start putting whatever questions you all may have, or just y'all know, whatever you wanna know, just go ahead and comment it down below, because I probably won't do another chit chat get ready with me or just another flight attendant related video until then. So just to remember to get that out of the way. I really haven't done one of these in a while because there really just isn't that much to update y'all on. Like, I go to work and that's really it. I'm still Phoenix based. And it's not looking like I'm gonna be getting Houston. I personally feel maybe until the fall. So we had some new hire classes coming in and there was movement, but for whatever reason, the company is just not having a lot of movement within the Houston base right now. And that's just what that is. So every month for like the first 2 or 3 months, there was like hardly any movement in Houston, maybe like less than 10 people getting like shifted around or getting into the base. And then the last 2 months, they have had more movement, but there's just so many people ahead of me waiting to get into the base that even with the amount of movement that they had, it didn't get to my seniority. So now we are about to have another pause on new hires coming in, which would help boost my seniority and potentially get some movement around in Houston, because they are moving our training facilities where they do in-flight training. They are moving the facility to another building, and they had told us about this back in November. They said that they would pause training for about 2 months while they transferred everything to the other building and set up initial training classes again. So I believe right now, or maybe even this past Friday, or it's either this upcoming Friday, today's Tuesday, this upcoming Friday will be the last graduating class for like the next 2 to 3 months. From my understanding, I think new hire classes won't start back up again until June, which means we won't actually have a graduating class come in until July. So that's just my thought process on when I will start seeing some movement again. That doesn't mean that there won't be. I mean, there could potentially be 100 and how many ever people move out of Houston and I finally be able to get into Houston. Before that happens, I don't really know, y'all, but I've been making it work. I'm talking to y'all and I need to be unpacking my groceries. Yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow. So like I was saying, I am still currently Phoenix based flight attendant. I have been Phoenix based since the beginning, well really just 1 month, since the beginning of March is when I got my base transfer to Phoenix. I haven't worked a flight out of Phoenix yet. I didn't work a flight out of Phoenix the whole month of March because I sell my board. I've talked about this a little bit in previous videos, but basically here at the Love Airline, sorry that I'm not looking at y'all while I'm talking, but I'm just trying to get all this done. Here at the Love Airline, once you are off of your first month out of training, you complete your first month, you have all the flexibility to pick up trade trips and work out of any base that you want, even though that's not your assigned base. So what happens is I get my schedule, and my original schedule, since I am still on reserve, ready reserve, I have not broken out of the ready reserve situation yet. Once I get off probation, then I will fall into the rotation of reserve month, line month, but we'll talk about that later. I don't want to do no confusion. So right now, for the past 5 months, I have been signed ready reserve every month. And I get 4 blocks of ready reserve each month that I bid for. I would love to kind of give you all a visual of what that looks like. This is probably making a lot of noise. Hold on, y'all. I like to take it out of this little bag and just refill this because it's just easier for me to put my hand in there. Let me go get my thing so I can see if I can give y'all. I'll just post a picture actually. Each month I am assigned 4 blocks of ready reserve. A block is 3 days long. We're just gonna keep it simple. A block is 3 days long, and I have 4 blocks each month, and they usually start on the same day. So let's just say every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm on ready reserve. So I get my schedule, then I say, okay, then I put them up for trade or giveaway. And normally I have to put some money on them. It is a little bit cheaper for me to do that in Phoenix than it was in Oakland. In Oakland, I was paying anywhere from like $200 to $225 per block to get rid of what scheduling assigned me. So I was, that's $800 to almost $1,000, well, $900, to sell those blocks. And then once I sold those, I would pick up trips out of Houston. Preferably try to pick up trips where people had money on them. Excuse me. So of course recoup some of the money that I'm spending. But the thing about that is because Houston it's like so many people are trying to get in here, it's not a lot of money on trips, right? So a trip is always going to be better than ready reserve because you're guaranteed to go somewhere. You're not just sitting and waiting. You're going to get per diem. You're just going to make more. You're just guaranteed to make more money if you work a trip. So you don't really see a lot of money on trips, especially in Houston, because I mean you can just put them in giveaway and people gonna take them for free without having to put any money on them. And I guess this month I actually did, because I was tired of losing so much money. Picked up some reserve blocks out of Houston, because reserve blocks, you will see a little bit more. Oh, I didn't finish my statement earlier. In Phoenix, I'm able to sell my reserve blocks between like 100 to, I think I sold one for 175 this month. So the rate is a little bit less. That's why I transferred to Phoenix, because I wanted to go to a base that I could get into that selling my reserve blocks would be a little bit less. And I told y'all that I also have Fawn, my friend from JetBlue, who's now at Delta. She lives in Phoenix, and if by chance I had to go to base, then I would have been able to stay with her. So that was the thought and the reasoning behind all of that. I know I've touched on that, but just in case y'all have never watched these videos. So yeah, so in Houston, I was able to pick up I picked up one Ready Reserve block and one PM Reserve block. Ready Reserve is when you're on call 24 hours, 3 days in a row. PM Reserve is when you're on call 3 days in a row, but it's only from, I think, 11 to 7, something like that. So the shifts are just shorter. So I picked up 3 blocks, and I think I made like $300 back out of the money that I spent, the $600 whatever, to sell my blocks out of Phoenix. So I hope that's making sense. So one of the blocks that I had picked up out of Houston for tomorrow was a Ready Reserve block, which I didn't really want, but I was really trying to recoup my money because, honey, like, I'm not working to spend money. Like, that's silly, right? So I had that Ready Reserve block. So as soon as I picked them up, the people paid me. I then put them back in giveaway and trade, because you can do that. As long as you take it from the person and they pay you, if they put money on it, you can then do whatever with that. That's no longer their business. So I picked it up from you to make that money. Now I'm gonna put it back over here and hopefully somebody takes it. And so that's what happened. I put my Ready Reserve block in giveaway or trade for tomorrow. Because PM Reserve, I don't mind so much because they will not call you for airport standby on PM or AM Reserve, but Ready Reserve, they will. And that airport standby, I do not enjoy sitting airport standby. Nobody, well, some people do like it, and that's good for them, but I am not one of them people. So anywho, I put the trip for trade. Someone texted me this morning and was like, hey, I'll trade you my trip for your Ready Reserve. Okay. You know, it's like, cool. Because regardless, I was going to have to work. Either I would have been sitting at home, maybe, but because I am so junior, and I would have been at the top of the Ready Reserve list, is what I'm getting at. And more than likely, I would have been assigned a trip that I probably wouldn't want to work, or, you know, just didn't like, or potentially airport standby. And so I swapped them for their trip. Why would they want Ready Reserve? It could be all kind of reasons. Like, if they are senior enough to where they can sit Ready Reserve and won't be used, you know, you can look at the list and kind of tell, are you going to get used? Or, you know, just based off your seniority, I'm going to be way down at the bottom of the list. They're not going to call me. That's just them sitting at home and living their life and getting paid without actually having to go out and fly. That's their situation. I can't speak on them, but that's what they want to do. They want to get rid of their trip, and they wanted my Ready Reserve. So we traded, no money involved. Cool, now I got a trip. Now I can either put that trip back in giveaway and see if somebody wants to take it, and then I'll be completely off. Or I can try to trade it with somebody for a different trip if I didn't really like the trip that, you know, we initially traded for. Or then I could trade it with open time, which is the trips that the company has. So there's the difference. Open time is the trips that the company actually needs fulfilled, that if they don't get fulfilled, they'll end up calling reserves to work. And then trading is just with another flight attendant that's already assigned to work this, but they don't want to work that trip. Then I can go in and look and say, I would rather work this, and then hit them up, would you want to switch me for this trip, So, as of right now, I still have the trip because it's an easy trip. It's actually less pay than my reserve block. My reserve block pay is, it would have been 18 hours of pay. It's six hours per day. I'm just saying hours, y'all, because it's simple. We don't get paid, but that's not, anyway. I ain't going down that road either. But let's just say it would have been worth 18 hours. The trip is actually worth 14 and something hours because they broke up the trip. So on the last day, I just do one leg early in the morning, Austin back to Houston. And I'm done at 8 o'clock a.m. So really on Friday, I'm done at 8 a.m. That's why I said this is really like a 2.5 day trip, because I only do one little less than 30-minute leg on Friday, get back home at 8 a.m. and then I still have my whole day. So it's kind of almost like I was off. And I have plans Friday night. So that's why I really didn't want Ready Reserve, because they could have potentially given me anything and then I wouldn't have been able to fulfill my plans on Friday night. So I have been kind of looking to see if there's any other trip that I could trade for that would potentially pay me more, but still get me back home at the time that I want to be home on Friday. But I'm kind of chilling. Like, I've been working a lot, y'all, and you just got to know when you're tired. And I have been tired, and this trip is pretty easy. I think it's 3 legs, 2 legs, 1 leg. So in the days, there's no day longer than like a 9-hour duty day. And so like I can deal with that. So yeah, that is what's going on with my life. But next month, I have 1 vacation day, which means once you have a vacation day blocked in the system will automatically give you a line instead of reserve. A line is like an actual schedule. Hey, it's Alexia coming to you all from the future while editing. So I wanted to plug this in so I could give you all a visual of what I meant by getting a vacation day, which would force the system to give me a line. So this is what I was assigned after I bid. I haven't touched it. This is what the company has given me, except for the 3rd through the 2nd. That actually counts as April. So my May schedule starts on the 6th, and I was awarded Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Don't worry about anybody stalking me, because these are all Phoenix trips, and y'all know I don't commute, so I won't be working these. And I only have 1 vacation day because that's what I've accrued so far with the company. I was trying to move it to June when I'm actually going on vacation, but I wasn't able to do so. So I just left it here in May. I hope that makes sense, y'all. So I'm kind of excited about that. So hopefully I'll be able to just get rid of my trips, whatever trips that I'm assigned. They'll probably be pretty sucky because it's just, you know, I'm junior and there's just whatever. Excuse me. But I'll have a line, and hopefully it'll cost me nothing to get rid of the trips. I'm not gonna put no money on them. We're just gonna see if they go. And if I do have to end up putting any money on them, it's not gonna be $100, you know, like $25, $50. So I'm excited about that because the line is gonna be a Phoenix-based line. It's not gonna be Houston. It's gonna be Phoenix. So I'm gonna have to get rid of it still, because y'all already know I'm not commuting. I'm not commuting. I am not commuting. Anywho, so yeah, let's get into lunch for work. Let me bring y'all in a little closer. Okay, so this is, y'all, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because if y'all are one of the people that message me and say, Alexa, I miss your vlogs, your flight attendant vlogs, follow me on Instagram. On my main page, you really won't see a lot of flight attendant. You won't see nothing flight attendant related, actually, just except for the day that I graduated. But if you watch my stories when I'm flying, you get a little bit of flight attendant content. I can't say it's a whole bunch, but I do kind of talk y'all and walk y'all through my trips in my stories on Instagram. So follow me at AlexiaNicole_. If you just, you're interested in that. Anyways, the other day, like 2 or 3 trips ago, I actually lost this bag, my lunch kit. It fell off in Austin at the airport, and I didn't realize until we were getting on the van, and I was so tired. I didn't want to hold up the crew. So I had lost my little baby, and then the next morning I went to Lost and found it was there, so I found it. But I think it's time for me to get a new bag. Like y'all can see, she done been through it. The bottom of it looking a little rough. This little plastic thing kind of has a hole in it, so it leaks water when there's water in there sometimes. So I think it's time for me to get a new one, and then and a bigger one to hold more stuff, because you know I carry sometimes I carry a lot of food. And it does fit in here, but I could get one that just fits a little bit more comfortably. So anyway, so tomorrow, well, for this trip, I have 2 little healthy HEB meals. The Meal Simple meals. These are some low carb ones. Meatballs with spiralized zucchini and marinara. And then this is chicken, broccoli, cauliflower Alfredo. I usually get like two meals that I can microwave and heat up. Because at my lovely airline, we don't have ovens or anything on the plane, so heating up food while I'm actually flying is really difficult. And for me, it doesn't seem like I ever have enough ground time to go off somewhere, or potentially to a crew lounge or somewhere, to heat up food. So then I get things that are cold, that can be eaten cold, and I can easily keep these cold, or just like put them on ice, or just make sure, you know, like my bag is iced and things like that. So I have 2 salads, and yeah, I didn't get anything for day 3 because, like I said, we just have that 30-minute flight early in the morning. Currently right now I'm fasting. I'm doing 18-6, so I really only eat right now between 12 and 6, so I'll be able to come home and eat. I bought some new salad dressing because I was out. I was really craving some fruits, so I got some strawberries, mango chunks, and some grapes. And then I have these P3s that I like. These are just good to snack on. And then some hummus, y'all. My phone's ringing. Let me answer it. I'll talk to y'all in a bit. Okay, I'm back. And I also picked up these little protein shakes from HEB. These are my airline colors. I didn't even realize that. I had this one like 2 weeks ago. They're not bad. They're dairy-free, soy-free, non-GMO. They're plant-based, with 18 grams of protein in them. So I just had to, you know, get some of these. And I think that's it as far as food goes, as to what I'm taking on my trips with me. But yeah, so we'll put all of this in the refrigerator, keep it cold overnight. I'm going to put my berries and my mangoes in them in my little container. I will go through my fruit in like 1 day, and I'm gonna have to try not to do that on this here trip. I'm trying to think what else is there to really tell y'all, but it's not like, it's really not a lot, y'all. Like, I've just been working a lot, just because I can. I did see something on one of we have a lot of these different, we have a lot of different flight attendant pages, or just like company pages that some the company run, and some are just, you know, whatever. But one page I saw today, somebody had posted, if you're a newbie, if you're still on probation, please try to work like as little as possible, so you don't, you know, get, you know, caught up in just breaking work rules or just whatever. Because it's just a lot, like, for sure, like, especially if you're new to the industry and you're not going to take the time to read the contract, then I could see why people are saying that. Because there's so many work rules. There's so many work rules that can easily get you caught up and messed up and potentially fired And, you know, nobody wants to see that. But I've been working because I read the contract. I talk to a lot of like senior people when I'm flying. Like, I don't shy away from talking to people. Like, give me the tea. Tell me how to work smarter, not harder here. Because I will say, just with the true amount of flexibility that we have here in our work rules here, they are quite different from what I've experienced at other airlines. So I have had to be like really diligent about learning the scheduling process here. It's not really hard. It's just a little different. So yeah, y'all. I could talk to y'all all night about nothingness, but I need to hurry up and do this. Throw my uniform in the washing machine. Try to pre-pack my bag because guess what happened my last trip? My last trip, it was an early morning trip too. I had to be at the airport by 4:40 a.m. So I had woke up at like 2:30, and we were having like a windstorm. I took my shower, did my face, and as soon as I was about to like pack up my bag, get dressed, and all the things, my power went out. So I'm like scrambling around in the dark, trying to get out, and I was mad at myself because normally I try to pre-pack at night, but that trip last week, I was just so tired because I did 6 days in a row. So I had just got off a 3-day trip at like 3 p.m. and then came home and then doubled back and went back and started another trip at 4 a.m. the next morning. So barely just enough hours to be legal. Work rules again. So yeah, I need to make sure that I don't do that to myself again, and I pack my bag up and wash out my clothes. I know I'm not supposed to be eating, but this mango just looks so good. All right, y'all. Oh, Jesus. That's it. That's all y'all get of me. I hope y'all enjoyed this quick little chit chat. Get ready with me. I'll see y'all in May. Make sure you comment down below with any questions that you have regarding flight attendant life in general and specifically the airline that I'm currently with. All right. Bye. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Y'all already know.